dedicate your not getting involved to an arena that is going to be manifested to encapsulate your offspring. So when you make love to your wife and you go get your baby at the hospital, first of all, know that when they say they're giving your baby that hepatitis C shot that they're making mandatory that all babies born have to take, there's something wrong with that. You should not be having a baby on this planet and letting someone tell you they have the right to inject your baby with an injectable. This is some bullshit. And you should all wake up and know that. It's simply outdated for you to sit up and try to hate the intelligent minds that's coming on this planet to try to give you the type of information that I'm dropping to you. That's what this whole system needs. It's for ignorance to prevail like that. And I hate to tell you this, but you white people have been the most ignorant race of people on this planet that existed in the whole history of mankind, human noise on this planet. If you're not smart enough to know that people did not come from monkeys and that the whole human race or the whole human species did not get progenited from a male, because a male doesn't even have a womb. What do? Come out of his asshole? Oh no, someone gave his ass what is it, a cesarean? What is it? When a lady have her stomach cut open? What do you call that? I don't know, I can't think of the word right now, but you guys know what I'm talking about when they have to cut your stomach open. First of all, they would have had to cut his stomach open and move all his intestines out to give him a womb first. And then sew him back up with the baby and then wait for the baby to develop to 9 months and then cut it. I guess that could be a surgical system or a C-section or something like that. I don't know the proper name for that, so don't hold me to what I'm saying, because I forget words sometimes. But I try to draw an image and a conceptualization of something you can see in your head, so you can understand that I'm not a bad person. I am not a racist person. I do not hate white people. I hate the ignorance in white people. I hate the ignorance in black people. The ignorance that's in black people came to black people from our association with the white people. If you really want to know proof of that, we mimic you guys. We do exactly what you have taught us to do. Because you taught us to be good slaves. And I mean, you had to make us follow a format that you laid in front of us. And that format could not have been anything different than the format you laid for yourself, except we had to be second-class citizens in that format. And that is exactly what we are today and what we will always be. We have foolish people that walk around and believe that being second is not all that bad. It is all that bad, because your children will always be victimized by corruption, and they will always be in slavery. Because it all started when the first act of inhumanity was committed, and people were started to be put into bondage with the help and through the mediums of chains and whips. That gave opportunity for brainwashing, and then the removal of the chains and whips were replaced with the branding and the hypocrisy and the spiritual bondage of the religions known as Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, and Hinduism, and all isms, Marxism, capitalism. Any ism is all about jism your ass. Putting that J on there to hook you, because the J came from a Y. And that's the reason why the word Jesus can only apply in the European alphabet, because it's their letter. For all their Jesus, John, Jehovah, Joshua, all of them came from the Y's. The main important character of the Y's was Yeshua. Then it was the U's, the U and the I's. And you put the U and the I together and it makes the letter U. That all concept was stolen by the Europeans and changed into corruption that we know today as Jews. There has never been a nationality of anyone on this planet known as Jews. There's only been religious affiliations of Zionists that created that word so they can entice a lot of wannabes to be involved with a movement of someone that they all are going to be destroyed and never be able to achieve anything. You can't achieve anything when you're constantly sacrificing your soul for the gain of material wealth, and material wealth is only material wealth. Your energy is your spiritual body. You are supposed to be working at building a strong spiritual body, not a body that's manifested around material gain. And that is the problem with our world, because someone has sold you materialism and taken away your spiritualism. And a lot of you guys listen to what I'm saying to you and you can't accept it because you've been taught that you're a deliverer or you're a redeemer or anyone is going to bring you something that could bring back your sustainment on the natural balance of what the universe had for you put here naturally. No man-made system is ever going to be greater than the universe. It's real simple. You go to the store and buy a can of Enfamil milk and mix water with it when your woman already had titties with the milk naturally inside of them. You get your titties cut off so you could put a silicone bag inside of them. You let him tell you you got tumors in your coochie and he's gonna cut your coochie out and sell you a better uterus than the nature can sell you. What is the fuck is going on? How can everybody be that damn stupid? I gotta go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put my camera up here and hopefully, I don't know what we're looking at with that right there like that. I hope we're getting a really good picture. But what my plan is to let this thing just ride here. And if God willing, maybe you guys could get some footage of what's going on with me. I can't drive and hold this at the same time. So I'm just going to hope that the universe keep it parked right there. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see what happens, all right? I'm getting ready to roll through the alley. And I want you guys to tell me when I commit a crime, because for some reason the police follow me around and everything. If you watch my segment where I showed you where I actually saw a purse, it was right there on that bus stop right there. You can't see it because it was to my left. And it was just sitting there when I drove out of the alley with a dollar bill hanging out of it. And with the trouble I've already been having, you know, I was thinking to myself, now what if they just, because I always think they're following me around, and sometimes I say to myself, okay, you just paranoid, you know, and I try to believe that, but then I say to myself also, well, you better not be so sure to believe that these motherfuckers won't do that, because you know they will. And so the other day, ironic as it may sound, I was hanging out with a friend of mine, this girl, and she just started talking, and she, Bernadette, that's her name, and she was telling me, she said, you know what, Cameo, my friend one time, she told me the girl name and shit, you know what she told me a lot of shit about, she actually got beat up by the Vancouver Police Department once. I mean, she did tell me that. I swear I'm not just saying this to be saying it. She told me that one night, they got accused of being some gang members. Her and her girlfriends was going to the club, 3 girls. And they was in a car that fit the description of some gangbangers. She said the police pulled the car over looking for the gangbangers, and even though they were not the gangbangers, that was obvious because they was female, they still got roughed around. She said her girlfriend got dragged and her stocking got ripped up and all kind of shit, yo, by the police. I didn't see that. I just was told that, all right? I cannot verify that happened. But I believe that she is very credible. She never lied to me about anything that I ever was able to say to her. You know what, Bernadette, that's a lie. Never. And I've been knowing her over 20 years. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? It just goes down that way sometimes. But the Vancouver Police Department gets 100% favoritism from me. I'm not going to try to you know what I'm saying, provoked, say that they would implement a system of entrapment where they would leave a purse with a dollar bill hanging out of it, where if somebody came and picked it up, they could be implemented for theft, especially if fingerprints from that individual can be removed from that purse, and that purse becomes interlaced with a criminal act that had been committed earlier, and the circumstances leading to that crime could all be connected and joined together by just simply connecting the dots. This is the type of bullshit that poor people have to go through at the misuse of power by our power structure. And believe me, this shit happens all the time. I'm being victimized of that type of corruption right now myself. But here's the deal. You can think that I'm imagining that shit if you want to, but put yourself in my place where you have a police officer that has made the horrible mistake and being busted like what's going on with me, but even though they still pushing me through all these court days and everything, they just giving themselves a chance to get the opportunity to make me fuck up by default or something like that. And I know that. We all know that. Okay, because first of all, here he is now with another court day. And the reason there's another court day, because that generates more business for them. Let them get to make more money to put in their bank account, because it secures their employment. All right, so what if I get victimized by it? and have to be drugged through the wires and treated like bullshit and have to sit in there and watch those bloodthirsty motherfuckers sit around and really try to clear their conscience up by convincing themselves that I'm a criminal just because of the way the universe made me look. That's what I'm dealing with. That's why I'm angry. But back to my point, as you can see, there's nothing criminal about me driving through this alley like I'm doing right now, hoping that the universe would drop something into manifestation for me to pick up and sustain myself, because this country has taken everything out of manifestation so I could be nothing but a failure. The only thing that I am guaranteed to receive from them is the harsh treatment that I am receiving right now. And this is what's crazy about it, because while I'm out here in this truck trying to generate this business, I'm burning tires, I'm burning gasoline, I'm burning oil. I have to pay for the insurance on this truck. I have to pay for everything that has to go along for me to be able to be out here operating this thing. And then I get nothing but constant stagnation and possibility of them creating something to make me be a failure, to impede my progress, is their own fucking everyday mission. That's all they ever do, and they never did anything to give me a push in this hustle, but they always got plenty of energy to be out here setting up purses with dollars hanging out of them. So if I go over curiosity, and they know I'm broke because they made me broke, so I go over there and touch this purse, and all of a sudden some lady who got killed a year ago, and the purse just surfaces, and they put a bunch of shit behind it that we had a reason to search his property because we thought he had stolen a lawnmower, and we found this person in his possession. It was in Hawaii where we found the person. He did live back there at this time, so we believe that he brought it here from Hawaii. And then when all those crackers tell you all that bullshit, and then I'm be black and they be white, and their dynamics be put in effect that they implemented so long ago, all you white ass people just shut your ass up and watch my ass go rot. And that's the reason why the earth is tired of you and getting ready to kill you all. That's the truth, because of all this type of shit that I'm sitting here preaching to you about. You can think I'm whining and bitching if you want to. All I'm doing right now is bringing you evidence. That's why I'm doing this shit. You guys don't understand. I don't even live on this planet. I know that. I was put to sleep for a while, and the only reason why is because if I knew who I was when I came here, my ego would have not let me do my job properly. So I had to go through this shit so I could build up the animosity to it all that I have. I had to come out here and be victimized by it, and I'm still being victimized by it, and I'm angry as fuck. And I have God power in me. And you're gonna see that. You're gonna deal with that. So all the little judges that think they all high and mighty and everything, I want you to know something. There is a judge over you. That happens to be my mother. Please believe it. I can't talk to you in court. I have to get a mediator to do it. Okay, from now on, you're gonna talk to my mediator. How is that? That's the reason I look with you with the hatred that I have, because I know the games you play. I'm not too stupid to talk to you. You're stupid enough to think that you're going to create a system like this and not be punished for it. The idiot is your ass. Okay, this is the type of stuff I ran through the alley looking for. I don't even know what's in there yet, but I'm going to open that case and we're going to find out, okay? Let's see. Well, will you believe that? Okay, I want to show you guys something. Look at this. This right here is something that the people in this neighborhood, they know my hustle now. Like I said, I've been doing this for 15 months. Somebody could have easily thrown that in the garbage and not cared. But you know what? Some kind white person, because most of the people in this neighborhood is white, okay? I know for a fact that they deliberately understand what I'm doing and is trying to contribute to the success of mankind. Okay? Everybody out here is not a person that is out here that's bringing this decadence to our world. It's just a few people that's doing it. But if all the kind people that's doing this type of motion and this activity that's been generated right here, even though I see it right there, it should be more. So to these people right here, when you see this, I want you to